Hello there! Hello, how are you today? With me is Maron,
Oh,
and we will start today some Mahûd guys.
very excited.
Yeah, we'll start of course from the skin and the painting of it. I already prepared some basic mesh for it. It's gonna be... I had to choose something and I choose as a base Nordic skin number 2, if I could remember. I can show you it. How it looks, this mesh. It's very weird mesh because has a different arms that model what I normally use. But maybe thanks it this Mahûd guy gonna be more bulky. We'll see. If in some reason it's gonna not be bulky, I will increase size of his arms.
Yeah, I was going to say these guys should be, nice and muscly.
Yeah. Okay, so first of it, it's gonna be has needing of export it to Substance Painter. So and export fx object. Gonna call it Mahûd Skin 1. Just make sure that material gonna be okay. Okay. I am excited too because I never try with painting in Substance Painter on 2 UV maps at one time. So it's gonna be a first try of it. It's high level. Zaron is saying hi. Hello Zaron. Nice to see you here again. After a long time. So maybe Tom, to tell us what are you working on now?
What am I working on? Well, I've been really busy with work, with actual work, so I've had literally no time to do the mod, which is really, really unfortunate. But I was able to have a crack at the Easterling Tier 2 concept last night.
Yeah, I saw it. It's very beautiful as always.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, that was good fun, and you'll see that soon, I imagine. I've also been preparing stuff for the Harad release, which is also coming soon. But it will unfortunately be quiet from me for a while now, because I'm off to university very soon as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we
Oh, sorry, you go on. Go on.
sorry. I didn't want to fail your speech.
No, it's fine, just don't worry.
First, we have to import. I prepared all textures. Okay, so probably I have to make it in a different way, because in that way I will have not enough. Yeah, it's our problem that I did never before textured 2 models at one time in Substance Painter, so I have to figure out how to make it. So for now, let's try export it again. maybe for now as independent objects. Diffuse body glass. Yeah, because mask and thicker deep map it's later for just for 3D max. So Tom, did you try some modeling more after?
I have. I haven't had the inspiration or the motivation to do it. I can do the low poly, and I've learned ZBrush a little bit now, and it's so good. Oh, it's so good for sculpting. It's very confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, I think it's quite all right. But I haven't. There's so many like hurdles to jump over with the 3D modeling that I've just sort of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, but you finished this Rohan house, if I could remember.
Oh, I only did the low poly for that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like modeling, I'm alright with. But sorry, I'm just trying to work at the same time as this. So
yeah,
that's why if I go a bit quiet sometimes. Folks, if you have any questions, we're more than happy to answer.
I hope that YouTube won't ban me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, maybe a little better.
Hiding it, yeah.
Yeah. much better.
Oh, nice, perfect.
Okay, so let's look at some reference. Okay. So first, maybe let's try some with a black layer. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess you sort of like. I guess building it up in layers is a good way of doing it. Yeah. I've got some reference photos actually of the Mahûd faces. I'll send them over to you.
Yeah, I am thinking how to connect it with body, because he has something.
Well, the armor will hide the most of the body, won't it?
Yeah.
Although actually, there'll be variants which have a naked chest, I think. If you look at Matt's concept art, there's a few variants that have the naked chest, which looks really cool. It's going to be a long way back, so I'll send that to you. So yeah, if you keep going, I'll just send you all the.
Okay.
Right, I've sent them all over.
Okay. Let me know. Ah, yes, yes. Okay, so what will the arms? I will try now the second variant. Some let's try from basic tribal tattoos.
Yeah. And they can be, like, the good thing about these is they can be really messy. You know, you don't have to be too careful because they're quite a crazy, you know, you know, quite a crazy, wild bunch of people. Well, something that might be nice is, like, if you look at those, like, really the close-up faces of the Mahûds that I sent, you can see that the paint almost looks like it's got a texture. Like, yeah, that one, it's got a
Yeah,
crack,
like
sort of,
with some grunge or
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it might be nice, instead of just painting a base colour on the skin, it might be nice to actually use a slightly, you know, bumpy texture. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I can try it.
Either way, these guys are going to look great.
It's more authentic than I thought it would be.
I don't know. I'll have to, I think, just go with it, I guess, and see how it turns out.
Okay, yeah, we will try.
If you look at I mean, off the top of my head, the reference, yeah, they're quite fond of, like, spiky lines. They have some circles in there as well, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of a mix of curves and triangles, almost. Lucas! Damn, I'm slightly late. What are we up to? What are we up to, indeed? We're doing the Tier 3 Mahûd units, which are the guys that ride the Mumakil in the film.
Yeah.
And we've run into some censorship issues, so we're covering up the private bits of this guy.
This should be something like tribal symmetry to elephants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That could work.
ears, tusks, and what do you think? Good idea or something like that? I know, but it's a little like.
I was gonna say, I didn't want to bring it up. Oh yeah, the dots. That's good. Putting the dots down, I think, works. Yeah. And once there's loads of colours on there, I think it'll look quite good. Nice.
More like elephant?
Yeah, I think so. Joe Schnatz asking, any work on the Trollmen yet? Well, I don't know how what's the progress on them at the moment.
Yeah, I have them working. Main bodies are ready, yeah, and painted, and are fully good working in the game. But the armor isn't ready yet.
There's your answer. More, I don't think it's been previewed very much. One does not simply work on Trollmen. I think Froostie's just, Froostie's proven you wrong there, my friend.
Okay, now I will add some white to check how it looks. Oh, many people started writing. Damn,
Ooh,
he baking a
gosh.
cake.
Yeah, yeah.
So Harad,
He certainly is.
so Harad man look like a Kent. Do Harad woman look like a Barbie?
You saw these guys in the film. This is the guy that rides the Moomakil. Would not like to meet them on a night out. Or any time, really. Want to run into those guys. Scary. And Mortimer Madison saying, will they get face jewellery? They've got lots of like ceremonial scars on their face, for sure.
Yeah, if they have some jewelry, I can make the variant with them.
There's one with earrings here.
Yeah, their skin was darker, yeah, and will be. It's now just painting on the skins, yeah, the main tattoos, not color in background. Okay, it's time for some red.
I like that. Lucas asking or saying that I don't know if you'd want to do this, but I'm sure that in Harad culture, scars would be very common. So seeing those could be nice.
Yeah, we're sure. I think that it's gonna be made. Maybe I will. I need to edit the normal map or something like that.
Yeah, certainly the guy that Eomer kills with the spear, he has like a bunch of like precise scars that were done on purpose on his head. So it must be a sign of, some kind of beauty thing in Harad.
Yeah. In Mahûd Tribe.
Dr. Jerome, this is so amazing. You guys deserve an award for sure. Well, thank you, and thank you for being an amazing community. Couldn't do it without you. So I was saying skin tattoos without colours. These are more, I don't think they have tattoos, I think it's just war paint, so it comes off. Because if you look at the close-up shots, there's like a cracked texture to it.
Yeah, for now everything looks glossy, etc. But the main color will be changed, and the details of colors gonna be changed too. We are just painting something like diffuse now. You can even make on diffuse channel to show you more. what's going on.
Nice. Samuel Ellis. Hey, look, neighbour, I just got my new scars. That would be a big deal in Harad, though. That's exactly why, people of Gondor found them so crazy and scary, is that they were different. And in the books, I know that the half-trolls were described as these monsters, but actually we're going with the approach that the Gondorians would think they're monsters, but that's only because they've never seen people like that before. And we think that they're just normal humans, maybe just quite fierce humans, and that's why they look the way they do in the concept. If you might have seen it.
Okay, it's time for some grey here.
What colours do they have? They like red, white, and they have like a dark brown as well, I think.
Okay, we'll take that for sure.
And maybe looking at the reference, the white is almost a little bit yellow, like a cream colour almost.
Okay, I'm changing. Something like that, I think.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Hasiru asking how many factions in this game and are there story modes? So factions of the game at the moment there's, if I'm not mistaken, there's 12.
Yeah, something near like that.
Something like that, yeah. And by version 1, or by full release rather, we want 19 factions. And by story mode, if you mean the campaign, then yes, absolutely, there's going to be a campaign. But you will, as with any Total War game, you are free to do whatever you like in the campaign. It will be balanced to be like the lore, but if you so wish, you can do whatever you like. And Luca's asking, what tier unit will this be? This will be tier 3, I think.
Yeah, mainly base skin is for all, for all Mahûds. Tier 3 and tier 2, of course, will be the difference in jewelry and armors.
Haganaz is saying, you popped on the stream for 2 minutes, you're better off using a charcoal brush to get a natural texture as we saw last time, including the texture inside the lines and shapes.
He means brown, chocolate?
No, I think the brush type, he says.
Yeah, okay, I remember what you're saying. Yeah, I will edit it. Yeah, it's it's war paint of Mumakil.
Yeah, I like that. It looks really good. And Azan is pointing out, you can find the Trello page, which is in the description below. You can find all the planned factions and the planned units and concept art and unit cards on the Trello page. And John Schuster saying, does that count include sub-factions? Well, sub-factions in the name, it's part of a faction, so no.
No, yeah. So factions is much more.
But actually, in the release of the campaign, there will be more than 19 factions. It's just that you won't be able to play as them. For example, taking Harad, for example, you'll only be able to play as the Serpent Tribe. And you have to subjugate, essentially, the Corsair and the Mahûd Tribe. And you won't get access to their units until you have done. So that's already 3 factions, but you can only play as 1. Although in Custom Battle, all 3 are merged into 1. Mortimer Madsen, will the Mahûd be a special unit for Harad, or their own separate faction?
A faction with addition of units to to list of units of main Harad tribe. After you conquer them.
No, I probably answered that one when talking to John there again. But yes, in custom battles, it'll all be the same faction. But in the campaign, you'll have to subjugate the Mahûds before you can access their units. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
And yeah, Lucas just noticing that it looks like a cool. It's a nice touch, I think. It's a very nice touch. John's saying, I can't wait to spend 1,000 hours on this campaign. I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly. It's
imagine that day. I can imagine that day. That's going to be
something what is missing to a multiplayer for more than 2 persons.
Yeah. That's a shame, that one. You could do like a free for all. I think you can do that in earlier games, but yeah. You down, yeah? Samulus, are there going to be a lot of provinces in Harad? Well, I can check for you right now. But from the top of my head, probably quite a few. Okay, so the Serpent Tribe, the one you'll play as, starts off with 6 regions over 2 provinces. Is that the word? Yeah, province is the one of 3, isn't it? And then region is 1. And then the Mahûds, which is these guys, have 3 regions, so just 1 province. And then the Corsairs on the coast have 4 regions, and so that's like 1 and a third of a province. So all in all, Harad is a big place. Once you've subjugated those factions, you've got a lot of territory. And you know, it's you've got, if you play it with the lore, you've got the Variags and Mordor on one side of you. So your only real place to go is up to Gondor, so it's quite a safe campaign, I think. And the challenge will lie in you know, having to fight with weaker units and of course the subjugation script at the beginning. Lucas saying, imagine a 19-player campaign. Oh, imagine that. Each player is a different faction. That would be cool. Unfortunately, Attila does not even allow even if the speed will be slow. Yeah, you'd have to wait for one person to do their turn, and then you have to, and it would just take a long time, I think. But imagine that. That would be so cool. Although, I mean, to be honest, you may well find that things just become a stalemate, because if you've got good, competent players playing both factions, you're just going to end up fighting battle after battle against each other. And, I mean, although you would get some really cool tactics and people sneaking and alliances, you can negotiate, and so it does sound very fun. Boxman saying, I wish someone was so dedicated for the Northern Kingdoms mod. I'm not familiar with that, I'm afraid. Is it for Attila? Game of Thrones mod. Attila Witcher mod. I haven't heard of that one, actually. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I didn't hear too about that. Something like that.
I've heard of the Game of Thrones one, though. Is it quite a new thing? And Issei saying beautiful.
For now, still not.
No, it looks good, man. It does look good.
Yeah, I have to rework a little colors.
James Bartlett saying, add late Roman ridge helmets to Dorwinion and Gondor. Late Roman ridge helmets. I have to say I'm not familiar with that either, so let me have a search for that. Late Roman ridge helmets. Oh yeah, I know the one you mean. Well, first of all, Dorwinion isn't a faction in our main mod. It's a sub-mod faction. So if you do have a suggestion for that, I recommend contacting the Quez on Discord or joining the Submod Discord server. And Gondor, I don't know. There is a similar. I've designed some similar ones for Gondor. They look, but they still sort of keep the classic helmet shape. But they do have those chin things. That's a good answer, hopefully. Foxman saying, the guy who was working on the Witcher mod said his life had become better. And he said he won't continue working on it. That's a shame. It's a shame. Joe Maloney saying the Game of Thrones one was a shame. They don't have the same team to be on the same level as Rise of Mordor. Yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame. I think having N. Premi, who's an incredibly talented modeler, he was one of the first modelers, and he did Dale, I think, Dale and Isengard. And I think he set the quality, just right up there. And that's been really inspirational to work with. But also, having a big team, that's good. You bounce ideas, you have knowledge, you share knowledge. We have, the promotional department. I think people underestimate how much work they do. Because that has worked absolute miracles for our mod in the last year. We went from, when I joined, we had 2,000 Discord members, or 4,000.
Yeah.
And
in comparison.
And now it's massive. So it's been a massive journey. Hopefully, though, when our campaign tool is ready, we can share it with the Game of Thrones team, and they can make their own Game of Thrones campaign. That'd be cool. Orc eats people. Right. James, have you said similar things like that on the stream before? Because I do remember someone saying something like that before and getting muted.
What do you think for now?
I love it.
What do you think about
he is very
base skin color?
Is that the skin color, or is that dirt?
Yeah, I tried to make some color. If I could remember, Native Americans who live on deserts, American deserts, they painted their skins with special paint to protect before the sun. I think that Mahûds have something similar.
Ah, right, okay. On the reference, they just have. Let me have a look. On the reference, they just have sort of bare skin, but they do have a little bit of dirt on them, though. Yeah.
I can do change it, but I can say that I like this color which I created.
Yeah, no, I don't think it looks bad. I don't think it looks bad at all. Mortimer saying Scouse Sicario is working or is continuing the Game of Thrones mod. Yeah, he's on our team as well. That's good to hear. John saying, if I saw this guy, I would think, number one, nice ass. Number two, that is not a human. At the moment, it's not a human. He hasn't got a head at the moment. So he's very much not a human. Howell saying it looks impressive.
It's more human now.
No, it does look like a human. But I think it's nice that they look a bit, scary. That's exactly what we want. It's perfect. Helene saying, is there any plans to change the voice lines of units eventually? It's just a bit weird playing dwarves or elves and hear them talking about God. Yeah, indeed it is. And, for Rome and their Latin voice lines. That is strange, and yes, that's absolutely on the cards. And luckily we have, the arsenal of Battle for Middle-earth voice lines at our disposal. So yes, fear not, that's something that will happen in future. John's saying, I'm sure they'll change the voice lines. They made an album, for Christ's sake. An album of... Yeah, if you're talking about the original soundtrack. Yeah, the original soundtrack, we've created, a bunch of composers that have worked with us. And that's mainly used at the moment for promotional stuff, like you can hear in the background of the stream. And that's not the in-game music. Foxman saying, good job, keep up the work. I hope your mod will be bigger and successful. And dead after a while. I'm out. Well, it's good to have you, Foxman. Thank you very much. Thank you. Maestro's in the chat. Hello.
Hello, Maestro.
James Bartlett was muted. Timed out. What did I say? What did I say, James? Someone saying one does not simply spam in Rise of Mordor. Certainly not. Maestro, the in-game music, yeah. I keep forgetting that one. When I have a moment, I'm going to try and get that Harad track done as soon as possible. And with that, I will get the in-game piece done. Joe Maloney, is it possible to change facial animations to recreate some of the kind of Maori haka facial expressions of these tribes? More animation work, really. That's really, a lot of work. Yeah, our poor animation guys are already burdened enough. An aesthetic thing like that will last, if at all, really. But it would be cool, yeah. Juggernaut Total War? Hello, guys, hello. Hello, Juggernaut. Thanks for your wonderful work. for being here. It's good to have you. Maestro saying, by the way, that guy has the most impressive set of pubes I've ever seen. Yeah, he certainly does. Like a jungle, you could say. And Mortimer Madsen, the Mahûd give me Maya and Aztec vibes. Yeah, for sure. And because they're going to live in like this really lush jungle, so my brain's already ticking on the architecture type. What kind of architecture and cities are we going to give them? I think there's lots of room for some creativity there.
Okay, Maron, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I like it. Okay. The paint looks a little bit shiny.
Yeah, I see it too. We try to decrease gloss and level.
Just going to run to the loo. Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, I decreased shiny.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, like it. John saying, you know approximately where are these guys on the map? They are in the bottom right-hand corner.
Totally bottom.
Yeah, right at the bottom. Very, very far down in Harad. And Maestro saying, if you've seen the campaign map start position post we did it some time ago, you can find them far in the south and slightly to the east. Yes, indeed. James, stop it, mate. It's not funny. Kelaine Bear, will characters have special abilities unique to them to make them more individual, like giving Saruman or Gandalf low fantasy magic abilities that aren't too flashy like they are in Total War Warhammer 2? Well, I'm not sure on the modding behind that, but we aren't planning on making those guys single entity units. And of course, anything that isn't a standard animation will require custom animation. And unfortunately, we don't want to burden our animation team too much. So if it happens, it will be right at the end. Alta saying, Alta, nice to have you. I don't think the paint should be shinier than the body. Specular and spec level should be lower than skin, is Alta's advice.
Okay, yeah.
Another timeout. Zan, just ban him, or whatever, you mute him. Ivar, good to have you, Maestro. Campaign duty calls, that's what I like to hear. That's what the chat likes to hear. And Lucas saying, what I would love to see is drum trolls. Yes, drum trolls which will improve the morale of units in a surrounding area. It would be very helpful, but not too overpowered for Mordor. Yeah, I like the idea of a unit that isn't actually fighting, and that they purely have a role as a support unit.
Yeah, bigger discipline from their presence.
Either that or causing fear, or both, you know. A drum troll will probably be quite scary for an enemy. Like the goblins, you know, drums in the deep, like the Fellowship here. That was scary for them, you know.
For first time, we were sure.
Yeah. Samulus, are there going to be multiple Easterling tribes? There certainly will be. You'll only be able to play as one, unfortunately. But there is a number of them, yes. You've got your main Loki Rim Balkoth tribe, and then you've got Kand down in the south. There's 2 to your west and 2 to your north. And one of those 4 is going to be the Wayne Riders. And the other 3 we haven't really thought of yet. I'm thinking one of them might be cool to have some kind of copper armor. One's with, and then one with maybe a different color cloth, blue cloth. I don't know. Plenty of potential again. Mortimer saying, do Mahûds have horses? No, they don't. But they have elephants. And that always beats horse. And that did quite a number on Theoden's horses, if you remember. Lucas asking, is there a plan to do custom specific siege towers or siege equipment, like the iconic Mordor siege tower? To my knowledge, it means if you replace one, you replace them all. Unless...
Take one,
yeah. As far as I know, you can only have one type of siege equipment in the game, which is a bummer. Although I'm not the person to answer that question properly.
Okay, let's try now with the face.
Nice. Kaline saying Grond. Yeah, Grond. Well, Grond might be possible in that it would be a static or a artillery, technically. But I don't know how it would work. Again, I have no knowledge on the technical stuff, so... But that would be damn cool. Absolutely.
I have to find one texture, because I see that I didn't prepare head gloss texture. Can you look at Uni's channel, Maron, and check why I have a ping from Discord?
Ping? Oh, it was Haganaz telling you about the charcoal brush.
Ah, okay.
And that's all, I think. Sebastian asking, are the Mahûd supposed to be African or Maori? Or Middle Eastern? I'm so confused right now. They look kind of Maghrebi to me.
Yeah, they are a little part of Arabic. Totally, or Harad is like Arabic and India. with parts of Africa.
Yeah.
But a small parts, it's like a part of Mahûd, especially, and yeah, because we can see that guys in the movie, they are darker, but they aren't black. Yeah, so it's like Egyptian skin tone, something like that. Natural Egyptian, like Northern Egypt, like a little part of Arabic, but with the part, the genotype. What can I say? They will be like that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty, is that they are, they have such a wide inspiration of different cultures. There is such a wide mix that you can't tell what they are copied of, So it's not like you're taking an English knight and you're saying that that's a unit, but everyone looking at it, they'll say that's just an English knight, whereas these guys are a mishmash of so much that they are their own thing. And that's what's so nice about it. Klein saying Grond would require a large amount of remodelling, but the base could be an upscale battering ram. See the issue with the hitbox right now interacting with it. I don't know if that will work though, because I don't know if we can replace the battering ram. Well, I think we could, but every single battering ram would look like Grond, which would be quite funny. But again, I don't know the answer properly to that. Joe Schnatz, you should go to Sneak Peek channel right now, real quick. There's nothing in Sneak Peek channel right now. Lucas saying, what's your guys' favourite unit that you guys have designed so far, or designed or modelled?
I think that if I can say from my units, this unit could be Corsairs or Umbar Usurpers.
Ah, interesting. They do look amazing. My favourite unit of yours, strangely enough, is the Erebor Tier 3.
Oh.
Because they just still look so good. Because they were your first units, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or one of the first, and you spent so long on getting them really perfect. That the quality is really, the quality is really good.
And I still has to rework them.
Are you going to rework them? I think they're really good, man.
Yeah, but if I have to rework totally Erebor at the textures, I have some ideas,
It's always interesting to do that, because when I go back and rework stuff, like, it's such a fun thing to do, because then you can see how much you've improved. And I think it'll definitely be the case for you as well. You'll be able to see, little things that you used to do differently that you've learned how to do now, and but the best unit I've designed, happiest unit, my favourite would be, I don't know. As a concept artist, I have to be completely objective.
From your unit concept, the best unit I think is Arnor Marshal of Anuminas or something. No, something like that.
Yeah, the Lords of Westerness.
Yeah.
That is probably my favourite as well. Yeah. No, you're right. Although actually, the Gondor rework, I really like some of those ones. I think the Gondor rework in general, I'm the happiest. That's the as a set of concepts, I'm really happy with those ones. But then those weren't really my own design. I'm happy with the Harad Tier 3. Very happy with how they turned out, and the Umbar units. And you've done a really good job on them. Juggles the Jokester, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Froostie, how are you doing?
Yeah, great.
How are you? And Morton is saying, what faction will you guys play first once the campaign is ready? I'll play Gondor, I think.
Yeah, I think me too.
Can't go wrong with a classic.
Would have very interesting gameplay.
Yeah. It's quite a safe one. Oh, it's going to be a challenge, Gondor, because you've got a lot of enemies. But I think it'll be really, really fun. And it's a strong military faction. And I think it's quite a straightforward one, whereas things like Rohan and maybe the dwarves, they've got weaknesses, and they've got, Gondor is strong all round, really. But yeah, Gondor, I might play Isengard as well. Gondor or Isengard.
I think Gondor and Erebor, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Cosmas saying, hey, I'm thinking about studying environmental design for video games. Do you have any tips or suggestions about where to start before going to university? Just have an idea of what I may learn. Well, if you're thinking about a modern workflow, that's actually quite different from what we do here.
And I could say that in 3D modeling everything starts from a sketch. Yeah, so if you don't know how to paint well or sketch, I could say on enough level, yeah, because my level in comparison to my own is like 0 to 10, yeah, but I think that to normal person, like my level is 5 and normal person 0, yeah, so you have to have a little better sketching skills.
I mean, you won't be expected to be able to do that, but to be able to sketch your own concept and just to illustrate your ideas in your head, that's a really good skill, and it's a really valuable workflow, I think. But yeah, you'll be environmental design. You'll be looking at sort of rendering engines and stuff like what are they called, Unity and Unreal. Joe Schnatz saying, what was their concept artist? Was their concept art for Corsairs? I don't remember seeing them. No, there wasn't. Purely because we see them in the films. We've got film and behind-the-scenes reference, so we don't need to spend efforts doing concepts. Oh, I like the look of that. Ah, yeah, Zan's right. There is concept art of the Corsairs, but it's by one of my predecessors, Luke Martins. So yes, if you go to the Trello page, you can find it. These guys have really freaky skin. I love it.
Yeah,
They look like they look like they've got some kind of like the blood veins near there.
yeah.
It's great.
But I'm gonna need to edit it still to make it more natural, like on the body. Yeah. So we'll be able to erase there,
Yeah.
but still.
I think even darker around the eyes might be cool as well. What am I saying? I see. Thanks a lot. Besides Unreal Engine, is there another program that I can see and try to experiment before going to uni? I've got no idea. Sorry, because I'm not a modeler.
Can you repeat the question?
Cosmos is wondering if there's any software that he can experiment on for environment design for gaming before he goes to university.
We're sure you can start from ZBrush and Maya, but both you have to get in some way because there are you need to pay for them in official way.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful code, official way.
Or you can get the free way, of course, which is
Like on bar Corsairs. Yeah.
perfect. Perfect. Yes. Fabian, hello and nice work. Thank you. Just to confirm, I'm not doing the work. It is Froostie.
Yeah, if someone don't know it still.
No, indeed. Elan Inish, Easterlings? No, not quite. These guys are Mahûd, which is Harad. Far Harad. Hello there. Yeah. What unit in particular are you modelling?
I'm modeling a base mesh for all Mahûds. Yeah, so it's gonna be used for tier 2 and tier 3. Both of them.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, I see, okay. If I'm not wrong, I think you're using the software Blender in the live stream. I suppose this one is mostly used for characters and not environment, right?
Yeah. Mainly for character and architecture, but for environment I don't recommend it. But if you want to increase your skills in 3D modeling at all, yeah, the Blender is a good way.
Blender's free. Blender's free, so that's... Yeah, as Froostie says.
But omens, hello Mr. Froostie. Hello.
Hello, how you doing? Sam is saying finally the Mahûd Joker makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Bad Omens, I'm well. How are you guys doing? Very good, thank you. Hope you're all keeping well, staying safe.
Yeah, next stream we have to make in your house or my house, and both with gin in our hands, near computers. Yeah, and that could be best stream ever.
Oh, that would be great. Like a 10k special or like a 20k special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the gang together. Laszlo, I'm probably saying that name horribly wrong, I apologize. Laszlo Feka, Laszlo Feka saying, very good work.
Yeah, thanks. I hope that it will work well with body.
Oh yeah, you have to match them up, of course. Ellen saying, I know this is far Harad Mahûd, I just meant that I gave my vote to Easterlings. Ah, what faction you're playing first? Easterlings, yes. They're going to be fun. They're going to be very fun. Flying spaceship. Will we get the Army of the Dead at some point? Interesting. I don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we have some ideas for that, but it's gonna be late point of projecting.
Yeah, it won't be anytime soon. And Joe Schnatz says, has anyone on the team ever met in person? Not during my time here, but I seem to remember they did some animation together. Some motion capture animations. They might have met up for that. I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, and that could be a little problem because everyone almost live in other country.
Yeah. That being said, actually, I was half an hour away from. I was on holiday in Wales, and I was half an hour away from Matt, our 2D intern.
Yeah, I was 3 hours of LJ. Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, because I was in Milan and he was in Florence.
Yeah, and Edred is now 10 minutes away from Haganaz in Paris.
Yeah.
So it's a small world. It's a small world.
The closest one.
And Cosmas saying, Froostie, how did you start with 3D modelling to reach the point that you are right now? I'm trying to figure out what kind of modelling I want to do, but I'm not 100% sure.
That was long, and not necessary way. Yeah, but I started with modeling a lot of objects, only low polys, and this was beginning. So I become a little master of low polys, and yeah, but I don't recommend this way because you have to be master of low and high poly in the same way. So to start with full knowledge from zero, because when I was starting with modeling, there wasn't substance painter, for example, tutorials on internet, only probably 2 or 3 on YouTube and in English, and some time ago I had problems with English, so there was problem for me. But now it's much easier. It's much more materials to learn from YouTube about 3D modeling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Flip normals. Very good. And victimized. Great painting, Froostie.
Thanks. Hope so.
Only question, would an African head be a better suit?
No. Look at him. I don't see the other curve one.
Yeah, he's quite a... I think it's just because they didn't have enough extras. I think they just Because a lot of the Haradrim and Easterlings are white people. But it might be an idea to, I don't know, make the skin a little more olive coloured.
Yeah, and I will fixing that. Yeah, I am painting.
Perfect.
Again, first paints. Yeah.
Okay, good. And Flopja, or Flopja, saying, in my ignorance, I always get the Easterlings and Haradrim confused simply because they are portrayed similarly in the films. But I'm incredibly excited for both. Yeah, it's a common thing, isn't it? It happens a lot when actually they're very, very different cultures. But there was some laziness on the prop department. So when Faramir ambushes the Haradrim walking through Ithilien, a lot of them are wearing Easterling armor, which is so that's probably where the confusion comes from.
But maybe they travel together, you know.
maybe.
Yeah, this is.
No, I think there was a lot of moments where the prop team, just because the budget wasn't massive, you know, for Lord of the Rings, so moments where the prop team just decided, let's just do that, no one's going to notice. But of course, eagle-eyed concept artists will always notice that. Bad Omen saying, me in the United States, 50 hours away from Europe. Sad. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing of not working in a studio together. And you know, it is very nice having an international team and community there. That's opened my eyes quite a lot.
Yeah.
But imagine if we were in a studio, the whole team was in a studio. How much work we'd get done.
First of all, everyone could start hate victimized. Like in this meme, victimized starting saying something and just get out by window. Yeah.
Oh no!
And again.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, after a few years, okay, let's hear what the victimized have to say.
No, victimized is an absolute blessing to have.
Yeah, of course.
We would have,
just my
yeah.
joking about situation.
Indeed. And Samulus asking, for how long have you been modelling?
Started like 6 years ago.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, but by most of the time there was just low poly, so you know.
Yeah, I'd say that you've probably done almost all the improving since you joined Rise of Mordor.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not just about Samulus or whoever's interested, it's not just about time, it's about finding the right resources to learn properly, and it's also about, you know, finding people who know what they're talking about, you know, working in a team like this, you know, that's where you learn.
Yeah, and I learned a lot from Victimize, so and other guys.
And Chase saying, so hyped for this. We all are, man. We all are. And Cosmas, I'm not that good of a drawer on paper, but I guess it has nothing to do with modelling on the computer. I'm just a bit worried if I would be able to manage or not. It's all a bit intimidating, but I think, you know, most people, if that's what puts people off, the fact it's quite an intimidating thing, but I think you'd be fine. And drawing on paper doesn't, you know, it doesn't quite relate to 3D modelling. What we were talking about earlier about bring alongside 3D modelling is good for bringing your ideas to life, but it's not an essential skill, don't worry. Elan saying, will we get some camel Haradrim cavalry?
I heard that there is some plan about that,
Yeah, maybe.
not confirmed, you know. And
Not confirmed. Not
last
denied
word, of
either.
course,
Not
but
denied.
yeah.
May happen, may not happen. You're gonna have to just wait and see. Juggles the Jokester saying, when do you estimate the next update will come out? Well, that's when you'll hear about the Haradrim cavalry, I guess. Very soon. And by very soon, I don't mean tomorrow. Because we never give out a specific date, but it won't be 6 months, that's what I'll say.
It's a little longer because I am a lazy bitch and yeah.
Yep, we joked. It's actually going to be a year now till the next update.
Last update, last faction I made in 3 months, and I had 6 months with Harad and still didn't finish. So yeah.
It's a bigger faction though, and they've all got variants. And you're spending a lot more time on quality and
sure, much more quality and a lot of variants. With
if you think about it, if one unit has 5 variants, you're making 5 units, whereas a dwarven unit might have 2-3 variants.
Yeah, something like that, and mainly mixed by helmets and beards.
And Cosmas, thanks a lot for the information, guys. No, you're welcome.
Yeah, always.
Thanks for stopping by. You know what, man? I'm gonna have to go and make dinner now.
Yes. Don't worry. We will finish in 30 minutes because I have to go.
Right.
So you have to stay this 30 minutes with me. No way.
No, I need to make dinner. I'm sorry. But I'll stay in the chat.
You have to send me your dinner, how you made it.
Yeah. No, it's spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I eat this tomorrow. Today was pizza.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah.
Juggles saying, would you guys consider adding Warg Riders for Cav in Gundabad in the future? I'm not sure if they're included already. I can't remember. Check the Trello. There's probably a reason why they're not, if they're not included. But anyway, I'm going to have to head off. But yeah, good luck with the rest of the stream, Froostie. It's looking really, really good.
Okay, thanks.
And yeah, goodbye, chat.
Ciao, Maron.
I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I lost my eye on the chat, so don't mad if I won't answer because my phone has lost all battery now and I can't look at the chat. But yeah, I think that for now I'm gonna try if the parts are working with each other. I will make that in Blender. We go to shading. New. Mahûd head. Okay, so we can see that it might need to be fixed a little, because the difference between are visible. Just checking more. Start background, black color. Okay, let's try now. Okay, yeah, it's much better. Okay, but still. some detail. Okay. Let's try again. Yeah, much better. Here too, and here too. So only one part gonna be fixed now. It's gonna be a gray color. Here and here. Okay. I know, for example, that just Leo is talking much more, but I can't. When I'm focusing, the words just go out from my head. Oh, Jay, it's going good, I think. But I lost my phone. Yeah, in the chat, so I'm under the impression the Harad actors were Polynesian. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that's very good in compared to how they food looks. Let's try now with Mahûd body to decrease the front of elephant. minute. Yeah, almost we are in home. Yeah, but rest I will leave for fixing out of the stream, so you can see how now looks our Mahûd warrior. Maybe add some sun here. So yeah, it's our Mahûd warrior. So guys, thank you for watching me. It will be end of our stream. I will just fix the difference out of the stream, and yeah, you can expect more, maybe next streams, maybe just in the update, yeah, which will be soon. So thanks you for watching me. Bye to all. See ya.